I mean, dude, my whole thing is like, even if I lose at a video game, dude, like I still get bitches. You know what I'm saying? So like,
That's true.
you know what I mean? Like if I wanted
Damn.
to, I could just go get bitches. But
So
this
so
person
I
that
think I
just lost at,
actually
this person that just lost at this game, like can't get bitches. So like, I get the anger, dude. It's like, you guys remember that
yeah.
episode of South Park where they did the dick measuring at the school, and Cartman had like the smallest size dick, and he was the angriest all the time. It's like the same fucking. It's like the same thing with this.
I will agree that I think those relate so hard together because if you don't get bitches, you probably are just you're mad at the game all the time. And
Yeah,
it's
like
because
the
guys
game
just
the game, your performance in the game is what validates your whole existence. So when
yeah.
it's not up to par and you fail, like you feel like absolute garbage.
Yeah. I've noticed that in like because I'm friends with a lot of girls as rightfully so because I'm
Damn, dude,
attractive.
are you flexing?
But like dudes don't know how to take L's. I hear all these stories about dudes, hitting into their DMs or like on a date, and I'm just like, damn, guys really be acting like that? You know what I mean? And it's like there's dudes out there like Sitchwolves who just can't take an L. I'm just joking.
That's true, dude.
No, no. But they don't know how to move on, man. It's like that high ego.
Can you guys take rejection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was molded by it, dude.
Sometimes, depending.
Dude, I honestly, like I'm kind of scared of getting rejected, dude.
I mean, who isn't a little scared of getting rejected, I mean, everybody, like, they always want to try and be confident, right? But at the end of the day, there's that very, very little part that doesn't like being rejected,
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say scared per se, but nobody really, like, he doesn't care about it.
No, but you should be able to adapt change pretty quick, like
Yeah.
I've been head over heels with certain people. Like Super, and when he came down to Arizona, he didn't let me suck him off, and it was like whatever, and then
Oh my God.
the next literally the next minute, he and I were getting tacos on a Sunday, bro. So it was cool.
It was, but you know what's crazy? Like as we were getting tacos, I'm like, yo, was Greg recording me last night as I was like fake sleeping? I kind of thought you were, dude.
Wait, fake sleep? Wait, what? Oh, I was playing a game, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like
trolling,
really
bro.
thinking, because I'm like, well, you were sleeping on the couch and my camera was like there, but like I didn't hit record.
Nah, dude, I was trolling. I was trolling,
okay.
Bro. That's all
I was, Chad. I was.
He turned the webcam on and he was just watching you play with your balls in your sleep, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
Let's talk about Sitchwolves, dude.
Nah, stop.
Look, you're smiling, dude.
Damn, dude, he is smiling. Dude.
He is smiling.
I'm pulling on my mustache right now.
What was the
when did y'all hit puberty, dude? When did y'all hit puberty? Like what age?
Like 4.
You said 4.
I would say maybe 12 or 13. That's when like my first pube hair started growing in.
What a weird time, dude. I remember I was like 12. I was 12. I was 12. And I was like, wait, hair I'm gonna get hair growing where? It was such a weird time.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty weird. I don't think I grew pubes until I was like 21.
Oh my God.
And
Wait.
I still haven't had sex yet, so
Okay. All right, this is just cap. I'm a pretty like hairless guy though. It kind of some women get thrown off by it. I'm just like, yeah, I just don't really grow that much hair. Besides like my asshole and pubes, but like arm hair and leg hair, like I just really don't have much.
I mean,
like
you
I
got a
have a good
mustache
amount of
too,
hair.
though, bro.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the same with me too. I don't have much like hair or arm hair. It's just my face and my, area.
I'm pretty hairy, bro.
Are you?
Oh, you've noticed.
I'm pretty
Are
pretty
you like
hairy
a jungle
dude.
down there?
Dude, honestly, it's well cut, bro. It's groomed.
that
It's groomed,
shit got a perm.
I mean, the only
shit
person who
looking
would really
fine.
know that is Danny, but she's not here right now. So
bro.
That's true.
I'm pretty well groomed, bro. Honestly.
That's
that's
good.
facts.
Some dudes just don't know hygiene, so
that is actual facts.
yeah,
Do you guys like wash between your cheeks at all?
a little
I
bit.
do. I do.
Wait. You don't wash between your cheeks?
No, never. I've never done it.
Dude, I have to.
I don't think you
I
have
can't.
I mean, like
to.
your shit's gonna smell, especially like after you shit, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta
Yeah.
dude, I feel like if your ass, like if
Sis
your
was just
ass
fucking with
isn't
us.
clean, if your ass isn't clean, like anybody could pick it up. Like the smell of that, the
Yeah, no,
mustiness
like-
and like the shit.
You just don't have to
smell.
like get real into it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, just run some fucking soap
So
in
you
between your
don't come
cheeks,
and
bro.
open
Make
a
sure it's
shop
clean.
for-
No, you're good. You don't gotta fucking put your finger in your ass. That's just weird, but
Oh
Yeah,
my
okay,
Dude,
man.
I
well,
would never.
I mean, it
I
depends.
actually like I
Damn.
wash my ass every time I shower, dude.
saying you. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to. If you don't,
do you,
if you don't
do you wash your
feet-
legs and feet?
Oh,
Of
dude,
course,
of
you have
course.
to.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't?
The people
I don't
that
know,
just
there's
say like
people out
letting it
there.
run is enough are fucking weird, dude. They probably don't like to run, right?
Yeah.
I was reading this tweet a couple months ago where it was like people arguing about washing the lower part of their body. And it was like this one person was like, yeah, you know, when you guys shower, do you guys like wash your feet and like kneecaps and like your thighs? And he was like, I don't. And like, dude, the replies just went back and forth. It blew my mind how many people don't fucking wash the bottom part of their body. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yep.
I watched
Isn't that-
That's
They
weird.
were like, oh, you know, like what I wash is like my balls and my genital area, and that's it. Like, I'm like, dude, I can't fuck with you if you have stinky feet, bro. Like,
yeah.
That sucks.
like I can't do that. Stinky feet, dude. Like that's a no-go zone.
And bro, it takes like an extra 30
Ugh.
seconds. Like, there's no way you're that lazy.
Dude, I just think people are lazy. They don't want to bend over.
I mean,
Maybe it's an
I'm trying to
innate
bend
fear
over
of like
for
getting
you.
like it's an innate fear of getting put in prison and like having to bend over to pick up the soap. Maybe I don't know,
Oh,
dude.
maybe.
Maybe it's human instinct. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
maybe-
I mean,
Excitement.
I don't know
that
though.
is a thing, though. That is a thing.
Right, like you don't even have to. I mean, okay, I guess you do kind of have to bend down, but I mean, if you have like a tub that and a shower, you could just like put your fucking feet up on it, you know?
Yeah.
Or we have like a little seat you can just sit down and then just fucking wash your shit.
Yeah, like some showers, like I mean, honestly, you could just bring a seat if you want to, but some showers even have like the
Just a
little seat
dining
things built
chair.
in. Yeah, I mean, I've
Just
seen people
joking,
do it, you know?
dude.
oh my god, dude.
Top 5 video games?
Oh, top 5 video games.
My top 5?
I think ever, right? Yeah.
Honestly, number 1 probably have to be Final Fantasy VII. Damn, I don't know about the rest of them. Number 2 might be Resident Evil 2.
Ooh.
No, actually Resident Evil 3, sorry. And then Devil May Cry, probably say the first God of War.
Yeah,
The
Central's
last
like,
one.
he kind of just knows a little bit.
He's just a confident young man, dude. He sticks to his opinions, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He stands on him, you know what I mean?
What a
I
king.
respect that. I think my top five would be Elden Ring.
That's a good one.
It would be Call of Duty 4, the OG one, not the remaster, because that was kind of doo-doo. Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Okay.
Basic.
I would have to also say, damn, dude, GTA 5, bro. But dude, the hype for GTA 5, I think a lot of people shit on. I think GTA 5 gets shit on because it's been released on 3 generations of consoles. And it's like very clearly a cash grab because they're like trying to make it a live service with the online and shit. But when I remember when GTA 5 came out, I was just blown away by the map, the level of detail, like the shit that they put in the game, the different, like everything about the single story. And then obviously the online. The online was very fucking very wishy-washy at the beginning because it was so plain. Like you have to like rob armor. You'd have to rob armored trucks to like make money before they added the heist, but then they added all this other cool shit to it.
Yeah.
That just made me fuck with the game. Like I really bought every console generation that GTA 5 came out in, I bought it.
You bought it on your
360,
Switch?
Xbox One, and then PS5. On my Switch, it can't run on a Switch.
Wait,
dude.
is it on a PS5?
There's a PS5.
Dude, that's insane. I remember working the GTA 5 release on 360. So it's like, wow, this game has really lasted that long.
Yeah, dude,
That's
it's 10
nutty.
years. It's literally 10 years, dude.
That's nutty.
It came out in 2013. I think Breath of the Wild would also be in my top 5. And then Holy shit, dude! What would be I can't think of a fifth game.
Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on, dude. I don't know what the fifth one would be. There's so many.
There's so many, but I think I have my top 5.
Oh, go for it, Keezy.
Okay, so mine's would be Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Good one.
Second one would be Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Ooh.
Twilight Princess, folks.
Third would be Final Fantasy 7.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fourth would be this game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it was a game I used to play with my friends. Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
Yep.
Online.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
That was a good one. And then I would say Tears of the Kingdom is my fifth one.
So a lot of RPGs is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the RPG genre, bro, is just like
a story. It's an emotional ride.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a book. It's literally, you know, world building.
It's playing, dude. A good RPG has you feeling like you played a movie.
Makes you feel like you were in the world with them. That's really cool.
But also, a good RPG has branching endings based off what decisions you make. Oh, I know what my fifth game is. I can't believe I overlooked this. Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's a good one.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games I've ever fucking played. When that game came out, each one of these games, when they came out, it's all I could play for months. Sometimes even like year plus. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, dude, have you guys beat the game? Have you guys like played it and beat it?
I haven't played it. I watched Brendan play it.
I've watched people play it, but I've never played it.
Yeah.
So the worst I've ever felt in the video game is when, and this is just it has nothing to do with the story. It's not a major plot like leak or anything or like a spoiler. But I was just like running around, like I was like riding my horse around to like get from one point to another, and I fucked up, and I went off a cliff, and my horse died.
Oh.
And dude, and I like it was the OG horse that like you have to like get in the beginning of the game, like you can go and like find a specific one or whatever. This was the one I had for like 50 hours of that playthrough, and it died, and I felt absolutely awful about it.
That's so sad.
I think my fifth one though, this is actually another Final Fantasy game, but Final Fantasy 10.
10's good. Titus.
10, dude, I actually cried when I played that game. I mean, I cried when I played 7 and the remake, but
oh man,
dude,
are you getting the second one that's coming out?
Oh, of course.
Wait, there's 2 Final Fantasy 7s?
10 and
yeah,
no, 10
you
and
know,
10
you know
too,
how the original one was 3 discs.
Yep.
They're doing the same thing with the remake.
Yeah, they're releasing 3 different games.
Oh, for 7.
Wow.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I've never played 7, dude.
Have you seen the trailer for the second one yet?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, you need to watch it. It's so good.
Final Fantasy 7 has so many games, dude. Like, there's the original, and then there's Crisis Core, and then there's Dirge of Cerberus, and then they even remade Crisis Core, so it's I think it's Final Fantasy 7 Reunion or or something like that.
I mean, they know how to like sell the nostalgia and still make it good.
Oh yeah, dude. Like Final Fantasy 7 is so fucking good, and so is Crisis Core. I love Crisis Core.
That was the one you played in December, yeah? Or is that the
Yeah,
other?
dude.
Okay,
I was hooked on that. I played that nonstop.
You were sucking it off, I remember.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Good.
Dude,
anyway,
some of my honorable mentions though, dude.
Wait, whoa. Let me
oh
go
wait,
my
we
top
haven't got
5.
Greg's.
Yeah, dude. Let him see his top 5.
That's fucked up, dude. Okay, all right. Number one, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh yeah,
that made me
be my fifth, honestly.
Well, you know what?
That's a W.
Yeah.
That is a W.
Yeah.
That was gonna be one of my honorable mentions.
First tattoo on my arm
I would
too.
say 1 and 2 definitely hit.
Yeah, two as well. I just didn't want to put 2 because I'm like, well, I got into it. My dad got me this game, and it was like, my dad always would pick games up for me, and he's just like, this looks really fun. Like the clerk at the time was just talking about it. And it's like, yeah, it's Disney characters and everything. And I was just like, I got sold, and it was an amazing story, the first one. So
Truly, as a kid too, that game just hits.
Second one, Legend of Dragoon. That was the first RPG I've ever beaten. Man, number 3. So those are 2 RPGs, pretty much. Toomba 2.
You love that game, dude.
Yeah,
you always talk about that game. I love that you. I love that that's a consistent part of your character arc, dude.
It is because it's so goofy and wild. And games back then, and games still, you just don't see it a lot. Games were just weird, and it just didn't make sense. You were a pink hair guy with like certain types of items and whatnot to do other biomes, and you would fight evil pigs. And there was like a cooking aspect and like a trade aspect, you know, and like Ocarina of Time, you would trade an egg to get an item, then you trade that item to get something. It was like that was like that in the whole game. So Tomba 2, I don't know. You go to your honorable mentions. I didn't think this way through.
That's why. Yeah, I was trying to buy you more time, dude. I was trying to buy you more time.
It is.
Oh man. No, I mean, dude, my honorable mentions I was gonna say Kingdom Hearts 2. I just remember that game, the combat being so fucking good.
Yeah.
For what it was. Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah.
One, not the, like I still have to beat the remake, but the OG one for GameCube or PS2. Oh my god, I beat that game like 3 or 4 times.
Dude, the fucking remake is probably like the best remake I've ever played.
I gotta get back into that.
It is so fire. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 is definitely an honorable mention for me too. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 as well. Fire game.
There's games, God of War, Ragnarok, masterpiece.
Yeah, that game is really good. That game
the first one too. The first one was fucking like, dude. When I beat the secret boss in the first one, I was like, I was fucking just like, I felt such accomplishment from that.
Dude, that's how I felt when I beat Nameless King in Dark Souls 3.
Oh, that's gotta be in my 4th then. Dark Souls 1.
Dark Souls 1, and yeah, that game is fucking fire.
Just got me
such a
into
baby
the
when I picked it up though.
I couldn't do Dark Souls. I'm sorry.
It was tough. It was just my first game I beat and like understood the genre, and I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah, when I first picked it up, I just couldn't play it.
I was even hesitant with Elden Ring too. I was like, I think I'm not gonna like this, but that.
Oh my god, Elden Ring is. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with Elden Ring for months, bro. For absolute months.
No, I'll actually switch my 4th one to Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1.
Dark Souls 3 is so fucking good. I would say that one is definitely an honorable mention for me as well. None of the other one. I mean, like, Dark Souls 2 would have made it just because, like, that's the game that made me fall in love with the Moonlight Greatsword, but Dark Souls 3 is probably my favorite out of them.
Dude, Halo 2.
Oh, yes.
Halo 2.
Halo.
Fucked, bro.
Dude, the first Halo as well, man. Running that shit on Legendary. Like, that little ending scene with the warthogs, bro. That shit is just so fire.
I loved the twist with the flood. That shit threw me. Because, like, you spend the entire game just fighting the Covenant, and then the flood comes out of nowhere, and it's like a zombie fucking parasite shit. And I was just like, what? Like, that was a good twist. Damn,
I'm like sad I never had an Xbox growing up, but it was really cool going to my friend's house and just like playing the story with them. Halo's sick. Halo's up.
I would also put the OG version of Fortnite, just because when everyone sucked at that game, and didn't know how to build and shit, was just the goofiest fun, like most fun shit ever. Like, I just remember in that game, like originally when I played it and I died, I just didn't care because I had so much fun.
Yep. And then everyone got sweaty and then just stopped getting fun.
Yeah, I got fucking hella stinky.
Everybody got smelly, dude. Fucking weirdo. Fucking
cringe.
Like, who uses a cone, dude? Nobody ever cared about the cone until like the streamers started doing it.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, dude.
You're so handsome.
All right, dude. I wish, man. I wish, bro.
What do you mean you wish?
But you know what's crazy though is like, even though I'm like kind of handsome or like very mid, I still pull bitches, bro. I still could pull bitches, bro.
I want you to pull. I want you to suck me.
Whoa! Oh my god, dude.
Also, my game crash. I don't know. OBS is freaking out, so I'm gonna not play for a second.
Yeah, frick OBS, dude.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, frick my computer. Kind of scary, dude. How people could just run a business. Like, it's scary.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So yeah, I don't feel valued there, but I know what my value is, and it's not even like my value is anything crazy. It's just like, I don't get it. So like we were talking on Friday, me and the two girls that were left over because the other girl left early. The other girl wasn't at our site; she was at our original site, and then the other girl was on maternity leave. The other dude's on paternity leave. Whatever. I was telling her, I was like, "Yo, we should all call out on Monday and just have Caitlin here by herself." Nothing would get done. Nothing would get done. Like we would come back. You know what would happen? And we were like, you know what? That's a bad idea. And I told him why it was a bad idea, because nothing would get done, and then we would just have to come in on Tuesday and do all the work anyways.
Yeah,
because nothing would get done.
But see, then we're getting close to, and I'm cool with talking about it. But like unionizing, I honestly, the labor that people do need to take it back. And if you can unionize, do a walkout, and be like, hey, you understand, right, that you need us for this labor. We're not getting compensated. Here are our A, B, and C of our guidelines, what we need. And then boom, and it works for UPS. Look at UPS. The full-timers were on a strike for the part-timers. Now the part-timers are making a certain amount.
I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Somebody there was a full-time guy that's a delivery truck. He made a TikTok and he was like talking about the union going on strike. And then somebody comes like, why are you going on strike if you're making $35 an hour? Why are you going on strike? That's pretty good money. And then he made a follow-up to that comment, was like, because our brothers that make $17 an hour aren't getting compensated fairly.
Yeah.
And again, it's like what we talked about last week, where you have to be united for the cause, for everyone to get a piece of what they deserve.
Yep.
Because if they fracture, and the people that are perfectly fine making the whatever they make, and they're content, and they're like, nope, we're not going to strike. Fuck you guys. You guys can go strike because or whatever. You make $7, not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, he's like, dude, nah, these are people that I work with that I'm going to support them. A union is strong, dude.
Yeah. Well, and in divisions, what all the top elites or percent.
If the United States, if everyone in the United States that was pro gun control, and I'm not talking about stealing your precious fucking AR-15 or shotgun or any of that shit. It's like, yo, mentally ill people can't get guns. You got to pass a background check. You need a permit to open carry, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If the majority of the United States, which is 70% of the populace in here, would do that, shit would happen because it would scare everybody to shit. But it'll never happen because we're not organized. And we're worried about what Kim Kardashian's wearing to a fucking Leo Messi debut soccer game in Miami than we are about passing fucking background checks for weapons.
Yeah,
that are used in theaters of war, not
or hell, even
recreationally.
Healthcare. Most Americans would want some type of health reform, and it just never gets talked about. It's like 70% or something crazy like that.
It's never going to happen, dude.
People could just. Well, it's like two things, right? One, you gotta I think people are waking up, at least millennials, and they've been in the system for so long. We've gone through a lot, and we're like, oh yeah, actually, we're kind of tired of all this shit. Number two, it's scary to talk about because it's easy to suppress. It's easy, like me, I'm an average Joe on the internet, but if I wanted to be a motivational or public speaker and make, and host, every Wednesday at my local Boys and Girls Club or something, I don't know, but I just talk about it, and the government's not going to like that, or the people who make money aren't going to like that. And it's for me, and I know this might be tinfoil hat or conspiracy, but it's fear. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want my family to get hurt. I don't want to lose my house, because that's what it's made to be. And I only say that because, like, you see the cops being very aggressive towards protesters for the George Floyd movement. You see the writer strike and the actor strike, and the CEO or the people who have a lot of money, they're like, well, there's other ways that we could take their house. There's very people who have money. It is so easy to take everything away from me. And it's just because I'm only talking about it. And if I spark, and I'm not saying me personally, but it's easily to start a spark and get people mad. And then it's like, well, who are the people organizing this? So
What's crazy is like, what pisses me off is that it's easier to get people pissed off about the wrong thing than it is to get people pissed off about the right thing.
Yeah.
Hey, like, why is everybody mad? Man, fuck Bud Light, man. They're fucking supporting LGBTQ. Fucking boycott Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, boycott the NRA, you stupid fuck.
Yeah. What is a beer can gonna do?
What do you mean boycott Bud Light because they changed their logo to rainbow logo for
one
Pride
can,
Month?
by the way, for
1 month. Yeah, like oh, I can't boycott the NRA. Like, I got my AR-15 right here. I'm like, yeah, but for what? In case the government takes over. I'm like, dude, you're from Alabama. You guys lost the Civil War last time. You're not gonna win shit this time.
That's so true, though. I didn't even.
That's
think
literally
about that,
like that's literally what I would tell somebody from right. Oh yeah, you know, Southern pride. Like we won. Like, you know, Southern pride. It's our heritage. I'm like, damn. That's crazy. That's like rooting for the Detroit Lions, my dude. Like, you've never won shit.
Yeah.
Like, you've lost. Yeah. Like, you lost the Civil War. Like, you lost. But it's just like, you know, a can with a rainbow flag on it, pissed off. Disney, you know, Disney making their characters more inclusive and diverse, people are pissed off. But when it comes to school shootings, when it comes to fucking a $1,800 ambulance bill,
daily inconveniences, that
inflation,
happens all the time. Yeah,
nothing, zero.
Yeah,
it's more like, oh, we gotta conform. Wait, we gotta conform? Fuck, and conform to fucking a private company doing whatever they want with their branding. The fuck. You don't want to buy it, then don't buy it. But like, it's not something to be pissed off about. Be pissed off because 2 towns over, a fucking mentally ill 17-year-old shot up a fucking elementary school and killed 10 people, 10 kids. Like, be pissed off about that. But, you know, shit won't. I mean, unless something crazy happens, dude, shit's not gonna change.
I mean, you know, I'm on the internet just talking about this, but it's just gotta be initiative from people. I think it's just, you know, slowly organizing and figuring out how to organize and safely organize and be in. And it sucks because it's like, even if you're in the right to organize, you know, powers may be, they get to disrupt that organization. And it's like, well,
yeah, it's crazy. There's a right to peaceful protest in America, and every single protest that I see
polarized too. There's plans of cops,
exactly
cops.
Every single peaceful protest, I've like for the last like 6 or 7 years, there's been violence.
Yep. And it's people, you know, breaking a window or this or that, and then there's evidence throughout the internet where it's like.
Do you remember? And I promise, dude. I never try to steer these conversations towards political stuff.
Oh, you know what, dude? This is just a political podcast now with Situals in the back end. I'm just joking, Situals.
Yeah, I'm just looking pretty in the corner, dude.
I know. You're looking cute, dude.
I remember there was a shooting in Tennessee, and there was people that they were protesting peacefully. They weren't throwing shit or breaking anything. They were just in the public building at the state representative's house in I think it was like Nashville or Knoxville, or whatever the fuck their capital is. And 3 Democratic progressive Congress people went out and they were protesting with the people, like, hey, we hear you. This needs to change. This shooting should have never happened. 7 people got killed at the school. It's not right. Including the person that like was the lawmaker for that constituency where that happened. And the Republican majority Congress in that state voted to expel 2 of the 3 people that were protesting with the protesters. 3 people protested, 2 African-American congressmen and 1 woman Democratic congresswoman. They expelled the 2 black congressmen.
Wow.
Like, So even when there are people in the ranks of lawmaking that agree with what we want, or are there to like basically prop up the voice of the voiceless, like shit like that still happens. Like they expelled both of those congressmen, and then by virtue of basically their district city council or whatever doing another vote, they were just voted back in anyway. So it's like it was more ceremonial than anything, but it spoke volumes to the racial divide and just the extreme politics of the right wing of US lawmaking. And it's just like, fuck, like that shit made me depressed. I don't even live in Tennessee, bro. I live a state down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I saw that shit happen, like, damn, like what's gonna, like, I live in a pretty blue county and like outside of Atlanta, Georgia, like, or in part of Atlanta, Georgia. Like, damn, could that shit happen here? I was like, absolutely, it fucking could. It could happen anywhere. Or like the person that I voted for, I'm like, yo, this person is gonna advocate for what I need: gun control, healthcare, lower costs, you know, voter rights.
Yeah.
They can get voted out because, you know, there's a majority Republican Congress, because 30% of the state makes up 70% of the counties. Like 30% of the population makes up 70% of the counties. So it's true that when you look at a map of the United States and you look at political counties and their makeup, the map is predominantly red because there's so much empty land.
Yep. And I don't blame that viewpoint of how they see stuff. Like I'm not agreeing with their viewpoints. Some stuff I do agree, some stuff I won't agree. But it's like the lack of exposure that people have in their lives creates a certain reality and viewpoints that just doesn't make sense with the bigger population, which would be cities. Because cities, we see a lot of people move and act, and we operate in a different way than small town. I used to be from a small town that was red. Now it's a little bit more blue, but you know, because that small town that I lived in is now expanding a lot more, and now I'm in a city. Right, I'm in Arizona, which is again a red state that has shifted blue, I believe, the last year or the last couple years. But it's just so interesting that we just need to educate people and let them understand, like, hey, you're a person, and they need this exposure. They need to understand, like, that's not how real life works, at least in big cities. You know, such a divide.
It's I
hate it.
It's wild. Like I feel like we're stuck in mud. Like we're spinning our wheels in this mud. Nothing. I don't think like it's just the extreme extreme leadership of the parties. Like we need. I don't want 80-year-old people telling me what I can and can't do.
I would rather have
they're gonna die in like 6 years.
My dad tell me how to live than my grandpa. You know?
Oh, facts. No disrespect to my grandpa or my grandma, but like,
yeah,
it's not 1948 anymore. You know, the summer, instead of it being 90 degrees high every day in the summer, it's now 110.
I'm gonna tell you something actually kind of scary this year for me. And I've lived in Arizona for now, where am I at? 25 years, right? And so school just started again. I don't know why it started so early, but it started about a week ago. And my mom is saying that, like, we can't even have the kids on the playground because it's too hot. Which, okay, no, that makes sense. You know, they started a week, 2 weeks earlier than most school years. But I'm getting...
That's still wild. It's
still wild, right? And then I'm barely going outside because of my AC issue with my car. So I'm not really using my car. But when I do have to go, I go around 6, 7, and I use the map. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go see my buddy who lives maybe 5-6 minutes away. And I'm getting heat excessive warnings at 6, 7 p.m. 10 p.m., I got out. I helped Zach move that really hot day. I helped Zach move. We go get some Korean barbecue. It's nighttime. It's like 9 p.m. We leave the restaurant, and it's hot, dude. It's 103. The sun's been gone for like an hour. You know, this concrete's retaining all the heat. Yes, I get it. You know, Arizona has been building up and expanding. I understand we're retaining a lot of heat and where we're at. But holy shit, I have never felt this hot in my life. Like it burns, dude. It burns. And I'm not being a wimp. Like I moved like in 115-degree weather like a week ago, and I was like swapping wet towels and this, but Arizona is not going to be livable pretty soon. If it keeps up like this, if we keep doing stuff like this, and we're using water on golf courses and all this, it's going to be scary. If the same thing that happened to Texas happened to us, a lot of people would die. You know, and I hate to make that bleak, but Texas grid is so old and the grid keeps failing. You know, excessive heat warnings. If there's no AC, we're dead.
Do you know why? Do you know why the Texas grid fails so much?
Oh no! I just know it's old infrastructure.
Do you want the insight on it?
Yeah.
So, Texas, big old red Texas, biggest state in the union, supposedly. Their electrical grid is privatized. They're the only grid in the entire United States.
Who owns it?
That is privatized. Here, I'll tell you exactly who owns it.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
Let me see here. Texas is the only one of the contiguous 48 states with its own standalone electricity grid. One of the three main grids in the U.S., the Eastern Interconnection, Western Interconnection, and Texas Interconnection. They are the only state that's not connected to the rest of the state. So. A couple years ago, remember that winter where it got really fucking cold? They had like ice storms and shit, and like people died because their power went out and they couldn't stay warm. That's the only place that happened. In Texas. Literally. And their senator, instead of staying and supporting people with like, you know, supplies and
shit. Did he go to
Mexico?
Blankets,
yeah, he was caught at the airport going to Cancun.
Oh my god, dude.
Ted Cruz.
Ted
Cruz, dude. Good old Ted Cruz. You know what his real name is? Rafael. But he doesn't want to associate with Latin culture, so he calls himself Ted.
There it is.
I hate that dude. I would slap him in the face if I ever saw him in real life. No, like I'm not even trolling.
Going back to like that leadership conversation with jobs and whatnot, like it's the same thing that I'm feeling here too in just daily life. It's like people who are empowered. It's makes me sad, man.
His political rival who ran against him last election term for Senate. He was the person that was out there supporting the people that were freezing to death.
Greg, yeah.
Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, that guy.
The Democratic senator. He ran for governor and lost to another shitty Republican.
I remember he also did something that same guy. I think he was trying to be upstanding about the Uvalde shooting.
He went to the governor's news conference after Uvalde, and was just they were just like there, oh, thoughts and prayers. The police did what they could, and he's like, dude, this isn't good enough. He like was at the press conference yelling, he's like, dude, this is not good. Like on the voice, like acting as a voice for the people that just suffered loss and are tired of the bullshit in that state. That he was tired of it, and he got kicked out. I think he like almost got arrested or some shit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But he's also the guy that he did a town hall in like a red county while he was running for governor or Senate, one of those two. He did a town hall, and he was talking. And somebody, like a MAGA type person, interrupted the conference, like the town hall. And instead of getting mad and getting that person kicked out, he let him talk. He let that guy talk and say what he needed to say. And he had a good discourse with that person. And when he says like, listen, man, don't look down at this guy, and don't call him crazy, and because his viewpoints are valid for him.
Yeah.
But where we need to be different is we can't kick this guy out and make him feel angry and silent.
Excluded.
in a town hall where everyone's welcome. We need to talk to we need to have a conversation and a discourse with this man.
And that's what good politics is.
Yes, but that's not what we do anymore.
No, I know, but I actually like hearing that from him. That's like, it sucks that that was supposed to be the bare minimum. And now it's like, when I hear that, I'm like impressed. But you're absolutely right. We need to go back to that nature. Like, that's how you make change. Man, that's tough, man.
It is. It's just it's very demoralizing to see that what we consider now to be above and beyond used to be the standard 30 years ago. Exactly. Man. But everything started changing. I swear to God. I maybe I'm looking at this from the wrong lens, but I feel like I know enough about civics and history to make this comment. Okay. Everything started changing when Obama got elected president. And the reason and again, we could talk about it, but the reason why I think that is, it was a rubber band effect where the silent majority of people that are not comfortable with African Americans saw an African American president trying to change things.
Yeah.
That in their mind was not right. That it rubber banded back and led to Donald Trump. It led to MAGA. It led to fucking the KKK. Strolling through. Strolling through Virginia after a shooting. Yeah. All this shit. And then it's just intensified, and there was such a silent rage with that silent majority that it's just now out in the open, and it is too extreme.
Yeah,
because in their eyes, it was extreme for Barack Hussein Obama, dude, an African name with a Muslim middle name, a weird last name, according to them, being the president. That to them was extreme, so they responded with more extreme. Yeah. Which rubber bands again with very, very progressive Democrats sprouting up. AOC, Emar Olhan, or whatever. I don't want to mispronounce her name. Out in Minnesota. All these, New Green Deal Democrats that want to curb climate change. They want abortion access for all women, contraceptive access. They want abortion as an option. So it's just an extreme leading to another extreme, leading to another extreme.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point, Obama, and he won with a lot of younger people help. Like he was able to actually him and his team was able to tap into the young audiences, right, or the young voters, and it was because we were getting a very big boom of surge of social media. That's when social media really started in 2008, 2009, Facebook, Twitter, all that, right? And he was able to get into those masses, get change going. Then we go to like 2012, 2014 to 2016. The internet keeps changing and adapting, and it gets further and further and further. And I think that's the reason why too, is because an African American president with a lot of different views, and we saw a lot of growth and change because that's what a lot of people needed and wanted, and being tapped into people, understanding where they're coming from. And then you have this, it's because he's African American, and revert all his change. It's like almost like his legacy, and these people who are now in power just want to revert everything that was so good in America.
What's crazy
to help the people.
Yeah, what's crazy is that like he didn't even change much.
No, he didn't. No, he made a good movement though going. He kept a good wheelhouse.
You could argue that Barack Obama's presidency was very disappointing from a lot of different standpoints, but because the only major piece of legislation
against him.
So he came out and created an agreement with Iran to prevent them from their nuclear program from accelerating, because nobody wants a nuclear armed Iran. Donald Trump comes into office, backs out of the plan. Guess who's now developing a very advanced nuclear program? Iran. Whatever. He passed Obamacare. All Obamacare is affordable health care insurance for the majority of people that need it.
Yep.
He's not saying that you need to get it. He's just saying, hey, this is an option for low middle class to low class citizens of America to like get healthcare.
To get some help. Yeah.
And it's going to be funded by this program, Obamacare, right? He gets elected. There's a majority Democratic Congress, but then the midterms happen and everything flips to it flips very it's like a massacre. Like the red wave happens like in 2020. What was it? 2010. And Paul Ryan and those motherfuckers just like they stall everything. They literally stalled everything, and he wasn't able to pass a majority of other shit.
Oh, that's fair.
Trump comes around, sweeping changes, bro. Sweeping changes as soon as he takes office. Everybody could see it. Very, very conservative, very radical in some aspects, and he appointed 2 justices. I'm sorry, because Ketanji Brown was a left-leaning justice that was appointed by Biden, but he appointed Kavanaugh, and then he appointed old girl that literally should not be on the Supreme Court.
I don't think a lot of old people should be any type of
Supreme Court justices should not have lifetime should not be appointed for lifetime terms.
Yeah,
there should be term limits on congressmen as well, Congress people in the United States Congress, and I believe there are term limits for senators, and there's term limits for president and vice president. But
back then, I think a way of thinking was a very we were always set in our values and traditions, and that was like our way of thinking. And now our thinking as humans do expand way quicker. We now develop opinions and change and adapt. We want to adapt quicker because a lot of other things are happening in this world. I really think we should just reduce term limits, have a cap.
Yeah, and somebody in your chat's right. Yeah, I forgot Gorsuch. So
yeah,
the Supreme Court functions properly when it's balanced, or as close to balance as possible, because major legislation is basically a toss-up, and the side that wins has to have a good argument. But everything now just leans super conservative because the majority of the justices on the bench are conservative, and they were appointed conservative and whatever. But the legacy of Donald Trump's presidency was the Supreme Court makeup.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
Will probably affect us for a while.
That set everything back in terms of LGBTQ plus rights, abortion access, voter rights, civil rights. Everything is, for the next, I would call 30, 40 years, it's just going to always be.
Yep.
It's going to be, shit's going to get peeled back. All this other shit. And I just find too much contradiction in the rights policy making, because they're always small government. We don't want the federal government interfering with our rights and how we run our towns and townships and cities. But as soon as there's a hurricane, we need federal dollars.
Yep. And don't get me wrong too, that being small government or big government, that was really the difference between the two parties. And that's how people voted again back then. And now it's just, everything's just so radicalized, man.
Dude, it's culture wars.
If I tell people this is what I believe, and all the viewers, this is actually I think this is maybe the first time we've been really talking about heavily on politics, but you guys can form opinions on me, but I think most of you guys know, I have certain viewpoints that are conservative, or certain viewpoints that are liberal, and that's just who I am as a human, because that's what humans are. But if I say, X, then that's me. I get put in a box, and that's not fair. And I guess I wish again, going back to how politicians should act, is because, or how they should act is not put everything in a box. Just talk, ask where they're at, and the bare minimum, let people talk and figure it out together. And it's just, I hate how it's been the last, I don't even know, 10, 15 years. And that's, I'm a young guy, but I asked my dad too, like, when Trump was running and even like Obama was running, like trying to understand, like, hey, Dad, have you ever seen this happen in U.S. politics? Like, it seems like this side's really hurt and this side's really, putting me in a box and stuff. He's like, no, this is new. So I don't know, man.
I feel that comment that says that like the best thing that they ever did was like dip the fuck out of like politics.
Yeah.
I just think
it does help your sanity. It does help your sanity.
I can't do that. I can't do that because we're at such a critical juncture of like human history, and like quite frankly, like we're at a crossroads in America with like the way shit is that I can't not know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Like I need to know, no matter how depressive it is, because I need to know. Like I need to be informed so I can make informed decisions and vote, appropriately based off the information that I have available to me. I just think it's important to go towards unbiased news reporting and journalism, because if you go to Fox News, all you're going to get is Biden is a communist.
I mean,
Hunter Biden, fucked people in the White House and did coke there.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is trying to turn us into communist China, and AOC was a bartender.
Was she? I actually didn't know that.
She was.
Nice.
You know what's funny? Where I grew up in New York, if I would have stayed there, she would be my congresswoman.
Oh, that's crazy.
She covers that portion of Queens and Brooklyn. Oh, I'm sorry, Queens and the Bronx. That I would be a constituent of hers. But and that's why I follow her.
This is a side note, but I just really liked when she played Among Us. It was like during COVID. She was like on a live stream with maybe, I don't know if it was Hassan, probably not, but
it was like her and Pokimane and like all the other like their whole little group of streamers and shit.
Well, that was kind of funny.
They just did that recently again too, but yeah, no, I have to be informed. I have to. I can't
no disrespect, AOC is a goddamn baddie. Yeah, she is, respectfully she's a baddie.
I need to know. I need to be informed. I can't.
Yeah.
It's like when I game, like when I started playing Minecraft during like a couple months ago, and I had no idea about anything in that game besides just like, oh, if you dig down at like Y level 15, like you'll get diamonds. That's all I knew about the game.
Oh, that's who you are as a person, though. Yeah, you always dive deep into research and be informed, which is good. I think that's good to be educated.
But I get it, man. I get it. It can be a lot. It can be very, very stressful to read about school shootings every other day, or mall shootings, or church shootings, or movie. Insert location here. I'm pretty sure I could get shot. I'm pretty sure I could get. There's gonna be a school shooting at not a hospital, at a police precinct soon.
Oh yeah, that's on my bingo card. I get anxiety when I do go out now. Where I go to the grocery store or go to the mall, and I used to be like this a lot too growing up, and it's just now kind of going back into that survival state. But I'm more street smart than book smart, and I just figure out my surroundings and stuff. And after this like big line of shootings, every time I go to a big space, I look for my exits. I look for things that I could probably use. And it's just like these hypotheticals. I'm not saying like it's going to happen to me, but it might, and I hate now that my brain is wired to think like that. Back then, growing up as a kid, I didn't really think like that, but going through my years of teenager to understanding, I had cousins and gangs and stuff. So I saw a little light of that, and I got out of that type of environment, and seeing everything in the news, it just makes me worried now. I hate it, dude. I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it. Anyway, Sitchwell's, I think it's your turn on the podcast for this 2-hour episode that I will chop up. What are you thinking on the politics, or what are you thinking nowadays, man? What's
to be honest, I
did you tune
don't
out?
care. Yeah,
Okay.
like I just don't really care about politics.
I know
honestly.
you don't. I know.
I try and stay as far away from that shit as possible.
We did it again, by the way. We did a super and Good Vibes official only podcast. I'm sorry to exclude you, Citrals. I just want to say,
dude, you're good. I've just been cleaning. I was like, yeah, they'll do their thing. I'll take this time to clean.
Oh man, I just need to.
I love
I
you,
need to chill.
Citrus.
I gotta chill, dude. I keep hijacking the episodes, bro.
No, it's Citral's turn, dude. What do you want to say, bro? I know you got something on your mind. That hamster's spinning.
I don't know, dude. I'm cleaning. That's what I got on my mind.
All right.
Do you always clean on the weekends, or do you guys clean every day or every other day, or just on the weekends?
No, I mean like I clean like throughout the week and like on the weekend. I mean like I do like big things on the weekend, but I like do it throughout the week too. That way I don't have a lot to do on the weekend.
Damn, dude. That's it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a slob, dude. Like I'll wait until the weekend to like do my shit. The only thing I can't ever put off is like folding my laundry.
Oh, I put that off like a motherfucker.
I can't do that. I have to put it away. It's like one of those things that like it triggers my OCD when it's not done.
I put it in the corner and just not think about it for a little bit. You see how my camera's angled? The other angle, I'm not lying. It's just dirty laundry right over there, dude. I'm not lying, chat. I have a nice angle for you guys to look at, and over there, you don't want to see that angle right there. I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, dude.
Over. I mean, shit.
Well, I think this is, I guess, I don't even know what we talked about, honestly. I don't even know how, I just blacked out.
Dude, just call it venting, bro.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, we could just do a vent session. I'll call that episode. Dude, Essentials, you want to shout out our Patreon and
Yo, listen. If you guys don't listen to this on Spotify, 1, you're missing out. 2, why aren't you using Spotify? Because Spotify is a superior listening platform. 3, you already know if you want to get to the spicy stuff, you want to sub to that Patreon.